employer branding, though we do a lot of branding on social media, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, or what all platform, social media platform. But I would certainly be willing to explore how we can proliferate those tools further with the help of AI and all. So retention, when I say retention, and I'll come to the other part. I know it's just at the fag end of the evening, and I don't want to bore with the further lecture on this. But on engagement and employee retention and talent development part, because they are very career centric. Organize these gentry, and they would like to have meaningful work and career progression and everything very fast. How to engage those people in a meaningful way, and that's where Nishit, we would certainly like to work together on that. I think I'm already in touch with some of your team members. So how we can take their young aspirations to the next level. So young leadership program or emerging leadership program, how to retain them and build their careers. So I understand even youngsters do not, come in an organization, these Gen Zs, normally their shelf life is 2 to 3 years, normally. And we are an organization, we try and build leadership pipelines out of these youngsters. Are all executive management team members are either MTs 25, 30 years back, they were MTs and GETs of their time, and they are now holding boardroom positions. We would like to have that stability in the organization. So I would certainly like to explore how we can build careers in the, within the organization for these Gen Zs, so that they get retained, they get engaged, and they get career progress. Though we are trying a lot of things, and of course with a limited success, and again, the same metrics, I would say 85% retention for 3-4 years is a good metric. But how can we better it? So that's the question. I think I was having these questions in mind while I walked into this room. I would certainly like to explore during the networking dinner how we can take it forward. So that's all. I'm sorry diverted from the topic because it was oft repeated. Everybody was speaking the same thing, different articulation. But I would like to go out of this room with certain solution in mind. Thank you. Yeah?
Yeah. So I'm Vandana. I'm part of Xavier Talent Acquisition team. I'm heading Europe, UK region. So definitely I echo with all, like maximum point what we have written is covered by the forum here. So just last thing, they are like as someone says, they are choosing organization, not organization choosing them, because they are very clear. I would say they are very clear generation. They know what exactly they want. So for them, like clarity, presence in social media is a very important to hire these talents. So rest, I don't want to talk much because already all points are covered. There's a reiteration of the same thing again and again. So thank you so very much.
When there's no additional points, I don't think there would be any questions for us. But still, we are okay to take any questions that you would throw on us. Yeah. So I was right. Thank you.
No, Anuj, you are right because everything is already covered and
ऐसा बचपन में मैंने सुना है, more study, more confusion. No study, no confusion. तो हमने कुछ बोला ही नहीं तो क्वेश्चन कहाँ से आएगा?
वो कह रहे हैं अब फ्राइडे हो गया है. let's hit the bar. But that said, I just have one last question in mind, and then maybe would pass on to Nishit to talk on some of these pointers. So have been hosting some of these roundtables around the year and hearing leaders like you talking about what are some of the challenges that you would have faced, and also talking about what is the silver lining, because the new generation comes with their own set of charisma in many other things. and also challenges the status quo, right? I remember in one of the incidents when I was into an onboarding session, and somebody, who newly joined, just maybe not more than 5 days, and told me this, that Abhijit, I want to become, or I want to get a position, say X, in 2 years of time, which I got in maybe 11, 12 years, right? And then that kind of also got me thinking that many a times it's also that we have been programmed in a certain way that we think कि ये designation तो इतने ही साल का experience मिलेगा, this is the career progression that we have been having. And you know what I told him, because I don't have an answer for you. Maybe I'll take some time and come back, because I was so kind of caught on the wrong foot, I'd say, that I kept on thinking. So in that context, maybe just one last question, right? And anybody, if you want to chime in, on your personal front, are there some scenarios that happened to you, and what got you thinking that, this is something which, I never thought of, and maybe let's kind of double down for your maybe personal benefit or professional, and maybe some of you maybe are parenting, or maybe in your, in your family you would have seen Gen Zs grow in their own careers. Anybody who would want to take up this question? Yep, we'll only take 2-3 minutes more.
One, of course, which I shared in my group as well, which was something which I learned very recently. Gen Z we should always be ready for the questions that they have in their mind. And in one recent incident where we had a town hall with one of my top performing teams, which is designing for a major metro line project in Stockholm. And we were we're having a town hall with the managing director of Sweden, with the HR head of our country, and with my team, and we were super happy, and we were talking all nice things about them. This is the best performing team, and you guys have done a great job, we won this project, and and all that. And then one of my team leads, a very smart girl, she's a fantastic design engineer, in the town hall, she asked a very simple question. She said, "Sir, we are the top performing team, then why I am not getting more paid than my other team lead? So I'm the top performing team, but I'm not getting the highest salary." And my MD of Sweden and all these countries, of course they don't discuss salaries like the way we do. So everyone was just looking at me, that Rohit, you say, you have to give the answer. Of course we were able to provide since we are from HR, we are aware of what exactly to say. With a heavy heart, I was able to share, things with her. And then subsequently I had a call with her, and I appreciated her for it. I said, this is the culture we really want to promote. A great thing that you asked this question, and believe you me, the other country's MD and my managing director for the transport business, both of them were appreciative to say, Rohit, fantastic, and these people ask these kind of questions. I said, that's what Gen Z is. And having said that, I just want to build on what Nishit mentioned, that I think very often you'll see that the accountability of leadership plays the biggest role in making our Gen Z successful, which many of us do not realize. I think while we are giving our opinions, our ideas, our points, and I'm sure all of them will feature in the playbook, I think one thing which is very important, that we also need to be accountable to bring it to fruition. So I think that is going to make a big difference. I'm a firm believer in the strength psychology, actually, if you ask me. So I think in Gen Z's, strength psychology works the best. The moment you're able to realize that they have 4 strengths, I have 6 strengths, but those 6 strengths are not useful for the work that I need to deliver. That person who has only 4 out of the 10 strengths is far better professional than me. So I think we need to really understand that and change ourselves if we want Gen Z to perform.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was very well put. In fact, many times when you start looking at what are these challenges, at times we miss out what they really bring to the table. And that is going to be the next generation. So sooner or later, we will have to live, adapt, evolve, and then keep on striving, the balance. Yeah. Yes.
So sorry. I'm very curious to understand from you, what was your response to that?
It helped me launch all the markets. We have about 7 markets: buildings, transport, aviation, etc., in our country. So number one, it helped me launch a secondary salary benchmarking survey. So we did that. While we have our annual benchmarking surveys, I said, fantastic. Please come up with all your points that you have. Pay parity is very essential to us, and we want to, we want to give the right benefits to the right people. However, we also want to be conscious that everyone is doing his or her job in the right possible manner. So allow us some time. We will come back to you with a salary benchmarking survey, which we did, and we found that there was minimal difference in the salary benchmarks that we are already doing. So the businesses, which were business, whatever businesses sponsor our this thing. So HR just gets sponsorship from business. So we gave them the bill and said that this is the benchmarking survey cost. We did the survey. It was pretty much aligned to what we are pretty competitive in our salary benchmarks, which are global standards.